Hey guys, so today we are playing with Trixie Cosmetics Horse Girl palette. I gotta get on to the next look, so that's all I'm gonna say. We are doing 2 looks with this palette. I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's begin. Hey guys, I did the intro with the other look, right? Oh my gosh. If I did not do an intro, hello. But if I did do an intro, let's begin. Okay, wait, I have to show you this because that eyeshadow color is beautiful. So yeah, let's begin. We got lots of stuff to do today, so let's go. So I did not get the full collection of the Trixie Cosmetics Horse Girl. I just got the palette. The lipstick looked a little bit too deep brown nude for my liking. I'll put a picture of what the lips like on her website. They look nice and light pink. I like that. I'll put a picture of what they had on the model. And I'm like, they look like 2 completely different lipstick colors. And I have something similar to the one I do like, which I will try. So I didn't get the lipstick. And then I think there was a blush that was part of the collection, but I wasn't a big fan of the blush. I wanted another blush. Oh, right, and right there's a picture of the girl. Right there. See? So look how brown and tan her lips look like. So before I even looked at the names of these blushes, this one was my favorite one already. I looked at it, I was like, okay, that's perfect. It's nice, light and pinky peach. And I was like, that's my favorite. I will take that blush over the Horse Collection one. And I added it to my cart and I was like, oh my gosh, it's called Sweetie. And that is what my mom calls me. I think in my entire life, I heard her say Sasha maybe like 4 times. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. She only calls me Sweetie or Sweetie Pie. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. Like, this blush is called Sweetie. And then yeah, I got a brush. I just added one more thing to get the free shipping. And then this really pretty like liquid eyeshadow. I don't think I'm gonna use it in this video. Let's open this baby up. I am gonna be not competitive because I'm not competing, but I'm gonna kind of have this in competition with my other drag queen Kimchi, my Kimchi palette, because that is my favorite. I've said that a million times and I want to see how well this holds up compared to the Kimchi palette. It's funny how so many palettes like have all browns and then one blue. You see that? They have all the, there's always one random blue in these palettes. It's just random blue. Hey, at least there's 2 so that you could do like a transition shade. Random blue, random blue, random blue. There's always just one random blue. And I'm just like, girl, where am I gonna put that? Just blue and then with the browns? Like, I mean, yeah, I feel like that's what everyone would do. And then also this one, main character, oh my gosh. That one looks so unique. I don't even know, brown, silver, purple. But since it's more on the brown, okay, now looking at it directly in front of me, it looks more purple blue. But then on the camera, like there's a taupe. I'm guessing you haven't seen every single one of my videos, because if you have, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're doing this look again. I am. Suck it. So this is my favorite look to do on myself. I know I did it recently, but that was a big reason I bought this palette, because I wanted to see how well I could do my favorite look with just this palette. Because usually with my favorite look, I have to dig from a bunch of different palettes, but my goal is to try to get it just from this one. I want to swatch and see how this compares to my favorite peach one that I put all over my lid for my favorite look. It's there, it's not as glittery. This is my favorite peach ever. I don't think it's being sold anymore. This is it. This is my favorite one. But you can see how peachy and gold my favorite one is. And then that's a nice light pink with some of that gold. But I'm gonna be eyeing this closely because my Kimchi palette is one of my top eyeshadow palettes I have. The colors, it blends so well and so easily. Like it's beautiful. And the packaging, she's gonna have to live up or be on par with Kimchi's palette. Look how pretty. Super pretty. But yeah. Always that one blue. It's okay. I like the blue from the KVD palette more. Let's swatch that. I'm just into swatching right now. So my recent blue I've found that I loved is from this KVD palette. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. I don't know if Hey Girl's too light, so right now I might try Hold Down. Okay, I'm not gonna say it just yet. Maybe with the 3rd eyeshadow I go in. I love that it's kind of like a light orange yet a brown at the same time, and it's a pretty wearable transition shade even though it does look slightly orange. Okay, you know what? Let's try Hey Girl slightly above it just to see. I just want to see what the color's like. Does it look like Hey Girl made a difference in the color? It's very light. I feel like you can't really see it. I could swear it's like a light orange, but in the pan it looks like a nude. I don't know if it's because it's blending in with the orange. Here, let me swatch it. Okay, now swatching it, I can kind of see the orange. So again, this is Hey Girl, this is Hoedown. Very pumpkin-y. So below those oranges, we're gonna go in with Western Pleasure and then maybe put this in the corner. Western Pleasure is really pretty. I feel like it's not really blending in well with the orange. There's just a spot right here where it's not really blending, but I like the shade. Okay, so since now I'm on my third eyeshadow, I will tell you how I feel. These are not blending as well as a kimchi palette. I still feel like that is, or at least one of the best eyeshadows I've had when it comes to blending. It doesn't matter if I put concealer on my eyes. It doesn't matter if I go in without anything on my eyes. If I put a primer, the kimchi palette will always blend well. I do have on the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I feel like that works with everything, but I don't know why there's some patchiness happening. I feel like I have to work to blend, you know, like I have to sit here for a while to blend. Compared to the kimchi palette, I feel like she just does it on her own. But this, like, I have to sit back and just work for a while. So yeah, nothing wrong with the palette. It's like any other palette. It's just that I kind of wanted it on par with the Kimchi Chic palette. And then I'm gonna go in with Stir Up Trouble. Okay, I like that for the other corner. It looks the exact same. See, like this, it's really patchy right there. Let me just drag that down to the lash line, just here on the outer third. Yeah, now I want to try it with other concealers instead of the Primer Potion and see how it works. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell on the camera, but just in person, I can see patchiness. Let's put Hoedown next to that on the bottom lash line, just so it doesn't look crazy right now. I just care more about that peachy rose gold shade. Okay, next I'm gonna cut the crease. So this is her concealer brush. Perfect. Let's see how well it works. I don't want to have to admit it, but I was more excited using the concealer brush than the palette. Like, I love this brush because I always use my Anastasia No. 3 brush, and that one's tiny, obviously. So that's very, very detailed. It's kind of the same shape, but very detailed when I cut the crease. So this is like a bigger version of that, and it just works perfectly to do the start of that cut crease. So I'm in love with this. I'm not even mad that I didn't have this reaction with the palette. I'm just glad one of the products I got made me extremely happy. This just made it super easy to cut the crease. Brushes make me just as happy as palettes too. Okay, now let's do the fun part with the pretty pinks. Okay, so right here on the edge, I will put in Hot to Trot. I'm just gonna use the same Trixie brush. Grab some of Hot to Trot, place it at the end of the concealer. That's a pretty shade. Very like raspberry bubblegum vibes. That's really pretty. Okay, and then once we add Rodeo Queen all over the lid, then we can blend those two again. I'm just wiping off that brush because now I just want to keep using it. Okay, you know what? Let me try it on with my finger first. There you go. Way better. Look at that. So yeah, technically I can do my favorite look now with just one palette. That makes me happy. The only thing that doesn't make me happy is the whole blendability thing. I'll go in with Sugar Cube for the highlighter shade. Ooh, there's actually some glitter in there. Whoa, so that's Sugar Cube. That's a pretty, I know it looks plain and white and simple, but yeah, that's really pretty. But yeah, you can see there's a little bit of patchiness. I kept trying to like blend that over and over, but I'm just glad that now I can do my favorite look with one palette. Okay, that is the closest I could do to really thick liner. I think that's the thickest liner I've ever done. Obviously now you can't tell with the lashes covering it. I mean, obviously it's never gonna be as thick and crazy as Trixie's, but I wanted to do a thick eyeliner. Let's go into the Trixie Stix in Sweetie. So this, when I saw this come out, I don't know if this was the first one. I think it was Kaja, where they had the heart stamp, but it wasn't in like a blush like this, but it was like a heart stamp of the blush. I feel like this is just genius. It's the perfect portion. Like you just get one, and then you'll be done and you'll have the exact same portion swatch each time. Yes. Sweetie. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. It's just gonna be like, Ma, I got a blush called Sweetie. Okay. Okay, it's mostly the outline of it. But yeah, I just love that idea because you'll get the perfect amount or the same amount each time, and we can always add more. The heart area was a little bit hard to blend out. Not the best blush when it comes to blending. I feel like that portion, that's perfect for me. That's the portion I would do. So let me try to add one more heart just so there's more sweetie. But for some reason, I just keep wanting to add more. I don't know if it's the heart and it just makes me want to keep stamping all over my face. Here, I'll add 2 hearts. So yeah, I love that shade. I love the sweetie. Again, not the best formula in the world, but it's fun to use. And I like fun to use because it'll make me use it more because I'm like, oh, I want to stamp my cheeks with a heart again. That's why I think the design is smart and perfect. So was that it? Oh, and then I got the one liquid eyeshadow. Hold on, let me swatch that since I don't think I'm going to be using it today. This is Love Potion. So definitely something I would cut the crease with or put all over the lid. This is nice and like pure purple. Ooh, I love that. It's like lavender right here and lilac, and then you go here, bam, dark purple. So let's go in with Cherish from Sugarpill. Again, this is kind of what I thought Eden was gonna look like. I am running out. I think the lipstick is dried up. This is probably my 3rd time using it, but I also think it's my fault because I notice when I store my liquids on the side, they dry up faster versus just like this. These are the ones where you wait and then you press your lips and then it becomes gold. And I kind of already pressed my lips, so you can see the gold in there. Now you can really see it. So yeah, this is more the color I thought Eden was gonna look like. Okay, here's the girl wearing Eden. I will put the swatch of Eden on Trixie's website right here. Tell me, which one does that swatch look like? Okay, so we are done with our first look, and I've done this tutorial 2 other times, so I apologize if you've seen those, but I highly doubt it. Okay guys, so next look we are going into some kind of brown look. Maybe I'll do like some halo eye and then put this in the center. So let's go in with Giddy Up. For the first shade, I feel like this one that I used was a little bit too orange, so I want to see how deep this is first. So I might stick to just these 4. And this time I put concealer on because I wanted to see if it was the primer potion that was making it blend weird. So I feel like it's blending a little better, but I do see the patchiness occurring, kind of in the same area like in my inner eye over here. But I do think that it's blending out better than the last look. I swear these eyeshadows, so many of them are so confusing to me because they look so different on the eyes and in the palette. I can't even explain this because it's not a typical brown. Like there's some red in there. You know, it's not like a normal brown. And I have a bajillion browns I've tried and used, and they're all kind of in the same realm, but this is hard to throw under a category. I mean, it's brown, but there's some tint of red in there. Just like Syrup Trouble. So you can see the brown, you can see some red. It's not burgundy. And now let's go in with Cold Classic, doing the same thing. Now let's see how deep this brown is. Okay, see there. I feel like this is the first actual brown out of all of these that I've tried. It's easier now with the concealer, but I still, you know, have to work with it, bringing it in, and it's taking some time. So now we are gonna go in with the fun part. Actually, no, let's go in with High Horse, and then let's put this all over the concealer. I'm gonna put High Horse on the edges, and then Main Character down the center. High Horse, another bronzy. Even though I was complaining my past few videos about not liking bronze, I do actually like that color. Okay, so again, we are gonna put her just on the outer right here. And I'm gonna go in with my finger with Main Character. And I'm super excited for this color. Yeah, it translated to what it looks like in the pan. So like I said, so many of these colors look like a completely different shade on my eyes versus in the pan, but no, this looks just like what it does on the pan. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. I feel like they just pair well together. That's really pretty. That's very unique. I love that color. Okay, for lips, I'm gonna go in with NYX's Nude Beige lip liner and then Wet n Wild's Never Nude lipstick. I love that shade. Good job, Wet n Wild. There's so many nudes where there's like, it's either a little bit too pink or too brown, but that's almost, I don't want to say it's perfect, but yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so that is the look. Oh my gosh, I was just gonna end the video right there. Let me talk about it, even though you know what I'm gonna say. Okay, so I do not hide stuff or lie here, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I am sorry if it sounds harsh, but that's just how I feel. I cannot say anything about this because I haven't tried it, but I love the color. It looks like it has really good potential. Love the brush. I have no idea where it is, but I love the brush. You saw it in the video. The blush, I love the packaging. I love the idea because again, I love that you can just go in with one little heart dot and then be good. I love that it could be even like that. I love the color. The formula though, it wasn't the best. It wasn't that easy to blend out. A little patchy if you look up close, a tiny bit dry. Of course, because if it was too creamy, it would melt in this packaging. Should we do out of 10 or out of 5? So out of 10, 6, verging on 7, because I love the name, but not a fan of formula. Horse Girl, probably the same, 6, but not verging on 7. Love the packaging, love the colors. Again, they were not the easiest to blend. They were patchy. They were just giving me a hard time, and this is kind of what I expected more when I got the Kimchi palette. Because when Kimchi launched, I was like, okay, she's a small company, she just launched, she doesn't have the budget as bigger companies, so the products aren't going to be that amazing. But since the palette like blew my mind and was so easy to blend, one of my favorites / my favorite palette to this day, I feel like she set the bar high for drag queens. So when I got this, I expected the same level, but with the formula of this and this, it's, should I say it? It's giving Claire's kid makeup vibe. I mean, I know that sounds harsh, but that's the vibe I'm feeling. Like, I feel like there could have been so much more that went into this, more detail to make it better. So yeah, my point was just, if Kimchi can do it, I have a feeling that Trixie could have done it, but yeah. Those are my thoughts and my opinions. My voice is like cracking, like scared. But I probably will do a makeup look with this because that looks super fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I see you in the next video. Hopefully I didn't scare you off because you're like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. Sorry.